Hello and welcome to the 30th edition of the Meyer Memos. Today is April 13th, 2018. We have a master schedule work group meeting on Monday, April 16th at 8:05 in the Media Center. We have a staff meeting on Tuesday, April 17th at 8 o'clock in the Media Center. The agenda is as follows. We're going to review Olson Elementary's classroom library survey. We were originally going to talk about next year with our early release and assessment days, but this is taking precedence since our BLT meeting this morning. We have an enhanced fire drill with Olson Middle School on Tuesday, April 17th at 10:10. There'll be more information to come. We have an ISST meeting on Wednesday, April 18th at 8:05 in the conference room. Student Council Spirit Day is Friday, April 20th. The specific day is coming. I'm going to be meeting with Student Council in the next hour, and we will define it, and I will send out that information via email of what our day is. Grade level meetings, I just want to remind you, please set up your meeting during prep with via Lori. We're going to discuss Unit 3. I've had about 3 grade levels set up that time. I met with one already, so if you haven't, please do so. And then be ready to bring your laptops. PLC meetings, please schedule time with Carrier and Beth Stenline to discuss your classroom discourse work. I know I have one grade level that has informed me that they have set up that meeting, so I'd like for grade levels to start moving on this. And then email them both as well as please copy me so I know. Kudos. Now, we always want to celebrate things when they go right, and sometimes it's important that we have to be careful that we don't leave people out and whatnot, but here's a situation that I thought was important. Jenna Grandstrand was nominated for a CCAC, which is Special Education Community Advisor Council, and she was nominated for the Special Caring Award. How did this happen? She was nominated by Melanie Hendrickson, and this was all the support that Jenna provided Melanie with her student that now is in a setting for over at Hillcrest, and it was really a nice gesture to 2 colleagues that really appreciated each other. So kudos to both of them, and I know that there are many of you doing very similar things like this. This is one that was award is recognized, and we just wanted to celebrate that. So congratulations, Jenna, and thank you, Mel, for looking out for a colleague. Also, collaboration. I wanted to bring this up. We have had a lot of staff who has some sick family members. We've had people with parents that are getting older and they're needing support and moving into different homes, and it's been very difficult for some of the staff, and they've been strong and they've been very resilient. And the one thing I wanted to say is we've had people that were going to take a full day, but they came back and they did a half day because they don't want to leave their teammates and where they have to double up or have someone stop and step up and support. For example, we've had Jenny Deravingas in the past and Aaron. This week, Amy and Jill Wilsey helped out. Emily was willing to help. And I want to say thank you to all of them for their support and for the teachers who instead of having a full day, they came in. And I know it's hard, but I think it needs to be recognized because we're a family. And I just think it's wonderful that you look out for each other, and I want to highlight that. So thank you. Classroom library survey. I mentioned that we're going to talk about this at our staff meeting. We're going to talk about the 4 areas. First area is like space and materials. Another one is content of the collection, organization, and the 4th section is management. What we're going to do, we're going to sit in teams and look at the surveys for each category. So there'll be 4 teams. There'll be one person from each grade level basically sitting down, and they'll look at that and say, okay, where are we going to start? Okay, well, let's prioritize. Should we start here? Should we start with books? Should we start with how they're placed? Should we start with journals? Whatnot. I'm randomly saying different things. But we're going to do this for our staff meeting. The reason we chose to do this now is because we want to get some ideas on where we're going so that we can order books over the summer and you have them for the fall. Okay? There'll be more information coming. And then again, we'll talk about our next steps when at our staff meeting on Tuesday. Next, we have calendar decisions for next year. That was what we were going to discuss next week, but we switched it to the previous topic. And I'm going to send out a FAQ information sheet that I have attached to the email with this memo. And I want you to please review that. And then when we get back, once we are done with next week's staff meeting, for a future one, we'll focus on the calendar decisions and start working on that. Okay, so we'll discuss that later. VEEP is our food drive is April 23rd to the 27th. We're going to have a theme each day, and we have a business partner, Bloomington Smiles Dentistry, and then I'm going to meet with the student council today, and we're going to make posters and start getting that information up. There'll be more information to come. Conference information. So I've noticed that we've had not as many families come to conferences. So I'm going to ask that teachers write down, identify the families who did not show up for conferences, and I'm going to look at their attendance and see if there's a parallel, and then kind of look at this group as maybe this is a group of people that we want to get more engaged. So what I'd like from you, teachers, is I have a link in this email that brought the memo that you click on that, and then I have grade levels, and then in each grade level are teachers' names. So to the right of their name, I want you to write down the kids whose parents didn't show up, and then I can go from there and build my list. Okay? And you'll see it once you look on the link. So we're going to review the attendance, and then I'm going to guide future engagement work with that. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you, guys and gals. You've done some wonderful things. You're a great group to work with, and I wish you a great weekend. And stay out of the snow because it's supposed to be coming. Have a wonderful weekend.